If you are trying to figure out how to overcome infidelity in your relationship and you were the person who was unfaithful, this is the video for you. So, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I am doing this in two parts. The first part of the video was for the individual who was betrayed. This video is for the person who was unfaithful. So, if you cheated on your partner, then you are watching the right video. First and foremost, let me start by saying I empathize with you. I know how difficult of a situation this can be. And look, I know that there are going to be people who are going to watch this video and say that, why are we, siding with the person who cheated? It's a choice, all of those types of things. And here's the reality of the situation: it is a choice. And the choice that you made was not the right choice. It was not the best choice, but you acknowledge that, which is why you are watching this video. If you had not taken accountability for your actions, you would not be watching this video trying to figure out how to repair, how to fix, how to reconciliate the relationship. So, if you are here and you are watching this video, I commend you. I know how difficult this can be. And if you feel like you have tried everything you possibly can to try and rectify the situation, to try to make up for your transgression, for you to try to regain the trust of your partner, then I want to be able to provide you with some tips, some tools, some recommendations that you can utilize so you feel like you actually start to make some headway. The first thing that I want you to take into consideration, the first thing that I recommend is stop the affair. If you have yet to stop the affair, you need to stop the affair completely. Maybe it was a one night stand. Maybe it's somebody that you developed an emotional connection with. Whatever the case may be, if you are wanting to fix the relationship, that relationship has to end. That dynamic has to end, which means no contact via email, text message, social media, anything, right? If they are part of your friends group, if they work with you, you have to try to create as much distance as you possibly can, because that is the only way you are going to be able to regain the trust of your partner. The second part of this is that you have to be fully transparent. You have to be okay disclosing whatever information your partner is asking of you. Now, I know how difficult that can be, because if you are watching this video, right, and you are trying to fix what happened, my assumption would also be that there is a level of regret and shame that is attached to the action itself. So, having to share details about what happened can be incredibly uncomfortable. But understand, you did make the decision. You did choose to step outside of the relationship. There were other alternatives that may have helped and may have not led you to this place where you were unfaithful. But we cannot take back what's already happened, right? We should not lament on the past. We should not stay there and beat ourselves up over and over and over again. Yes, it is good to feel bad about what you did. Yes, of course, having shame means that you are an individual who has empathy, who has compassion, who has the ability to look at the situation and say, you know what? I messed up. I hurt my partner. I did not mean to. I was not thinking at that time. But now I am going to do everything that I possibly can to rectify the situation, to try to make things better. As I said, that's going to involve you being transparent. Now, it is possible that your partner may not want to know all the information right away, right? It's too painful. It's too soon. It's too much to process. My recommendation is to document what you remember, to write down what you remember, because what I have seen happen so often is your partner does not want to know the information right away, right? It takes them a little bit of time to be able to build up the courage, to build up the emotional fortitude to be able to handle the information. And then when they come and they ask you later on down the line and you don't remember what happened, it will only further contribute to your partner not trusting you, because they're going to feel like you are withholding information on purpose. So write it down, document it in some way. So even if she does ask you or he does ask you down the line, you are able to recall what happened. And as painful as that may be, as uncomfortable as that may be, it is 100% necessary. The third part is introspection, right? You have to spend time with yourself. You have to try to understand the root, the reasons for why you stepped outside of the relationship. Was it because you were not satisfied in the relationship? Were there needs and expectations that were not being met? Was there a lot of, arguing that was happening that was making you unhappy? Did you feel like you were not, welcome in your own home? Whatever the case may be, it is incredibly important to figure out the reasons for why. Is it a personal insecurity that led you to need validation from somebody else outside of the relationship, right? The only way you're going to be able to truly fix this, or to at least repair what happened and regain the trust of your partner, is to have a very deep understanding as to the reasons for why. And also, it helps you to start to trust yourself. Because if you don't even know why you did it, it is likely that you won't even trust your own decision making. And if you don't trust yourself, what makes you think your partner is going to trust you? The fourth thing is patience and empathy. This is going to take time. There are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be periods where your partner is incredibly upset, overly emotional, angry, frustrated, and it's going to feel like a personal attack. Try not to take it personally. Try to understand that they are just having a moment. If you are able to start to work through some of these issues, if you're able to communicate with your partner, open the lines of communication, right? Call out the elephant in the room, have emotional check ins, do all of those things, then it will dissipate over time. But understand that this is fresh. This is new. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of emotional charge behind this. So you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to learn to be empathetic to the situation, right? Put yourself in your partner's shoes. Now, that's not to say that you don't have your own emotional things that you're dealing with, right? Certain things that you were dissatisfied in the relationship, which is what led you to the infidelity in the first place. But this is one of those circumstances where that cannot take precedence or priority right now if you are trying to regain the trust of your partner. All of those things is self work. Those are all things that you're going to have to invest in thinking about and evaluating on your own time. When you are with your partner, the priority has to be them. The last part of this is consistency, right? Consistency is what builds trust. Trust takes a long time to build, but it can be broken overnight. So understand that this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. And that's going to involve you having to be consistent. So if you tell your partner that you're going to do something, you have to follow through with it. And it has to be consistent. It can't be that you do something 2 or 3 times and then you fall off the bandwagon, right? That is not a possibility at this point. There's very small margin for error in this situation. If you tell your partner that you're going to be working from 9 to 5 and you'll be home at 5:30 every day, you are home at 5:30 every day. Now, that may not necessarily be realistic all the time because there are external factors and variables, right? There's traffic, there's weather, there's project deadlines and pushes, and all of those types of things. But in those circumstances, it is incredibly important to communicate with your partner what it is that is delaying you from coming home when you say you're going to come home. Those are just a couple of examples, right? There's multiple different things that you can do to prove to your partner that you can be trusted again and that you are going to remain consistent throughout this entire process. Again, this is not an easy road. And I completely understand and I empathize with you on that. But taking accountability is also one of the most important things to do in this situation. If your partner is asking you questions, it is important to take accountability for the things that you messed up on. If you were wrong, you were wrong. Own it, right? But if you try to deflect, if you try to put things on your partner, it's not going to help you along in this process. So, one of the most important things is taking accountability. Now, if you feel like, this information is not enough, if you feel like you need more, we also have an incredible training for infidelity on the website. And what it does is it helps the person who was unfaithful and it also helps the person who was betrayed. It is one product that you have to purchase and it works for the two of you. I highly recommend heading over to the product section of our website and purchasing that product, purchasing that course, because that is the first step in starting to learn how to repair, learning how to empathize with your partner, understanding what it is they are going through, and understanding yourself as well. And beyond that, if there is any more support or assistance or help that you need, we are here for you through this process. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, so make sure you leave your comments in the comment box down below as well. I try to read as many as possible. I respond to as many as possible. Maybe you feel like you just need a little bit more, right? You want a little bit more detail. You can visit us at www.happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this subject and many other subjects as well. As I mentioned, head over to that product section and purchase that infidelity course, because I guarantee you it is going to change the course of your relationship. It is going to help you exponentially start to feel like you are making progress and regaining trust in your relationship. If you feel like you still need more support, I would be more than happy to have a one-on-one coaching session with you and to support you and guide you and walk you through this process, because I know it is not easy and I know you feel like you need somebody on your team. You can also book that session via the website. You can either book with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon.